were talking about her funeral and the place that we needed. I looked at her mama and I said, well, this don't have to be big. And so, I think you did good. I was sitting over there in the bathroom trying to figure out how I was going to get the strength through this and asking Jennifer to come and stand with me. And I washed my hands and I looked up and there's a sign that says, laughter sparkles like a splash of water in sunlight.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that was good. I'll take that for now. I have the privilege and honor of reading a letter that our parents wrote for you, for me, for us. I'll try to do justice for you. Jennifer was such a blessing to our lives the minute she arrived. She was a cute little curly redhead girl and would attract everyone's attention because of her cute personality. She never met a stranger, ain't that the truth? And she loved people, loved being the center of attention. She loved to travel, to see the sights. And actually, I remember her grandfather she told me a story that her grandfather would tell her as they were driving, Jennifer, just look out and see the sides, girl. Just look at the sides. And that's what she did. And she taught me, and I say that to my girl now. So, you're there. She was not afraid to try anything, and she had the gift of making everyone feel very, very special. She would always say, well, you know I'm your favorite. And I think in most cases she was probably right. That's mine, not theirs, but it's mine. She loved her family very much. Her sweet sister was her very best friend. She had so many friends and always room for more. She tried every sport. She loved cheerleading, she loved basketball, she loved band, she loved drama and was very good at acting. She loved to sing and always had a song to share. Her voice was beautiful and amazing. She loved Danny so much and so very proud of him. And when little Miss Olivia right there came into her life, she adored her. She said, Mom, I didn't know that you could love a little person so much. She was always hugging you and telling you how much she loved you. She was funny. She could make you laugh at the drop of a hat. She was a joy to be around, and she could lift you up. She knew God's word, and she would use it. She kept us all in line. I think that was hard to do with me sometimes, but she did. And on schedule. She was the glue that held us all together. We are so blessed to have had her in our life for 35 years, and we thank God that He chose us to be her family. She will live forever through Olivia, and we can't wait to see her again. Jennifer will never forget you, and we love you so very much, Mom and Dad. Clap. So, first of all, we would like to thank everybody who is here, everybody who has played a part in making this happen, for all of us to have this true celebration, which is what she would want. It was no small feat. There was a lot of people that gave a lot of themselves to make this happen, from the people that are here, from the funeral home, people that are here from the church, these fantastic people that are sitting behind me and lifting us up and allowing us to be happy in a time that we want to be many different things, I'm sure. So words cannot express that. And to us have truly been inspirational and have truly allowed us to grieve and to be happy and to be honored that we got to know her for however long any of you knew her. She loved you, and it's incredibly important to Leslie specifically that you guys know that if you were her friend on Facebook, if you were her friend on MySpace, as long as that was, if you were her friend in passing, if you hadn't talked to her in years, if you talked to her 2 weeks ago, if you talked to her when she was a small child, it didn't matter. You impacted her life so much. And she felt you inside of her so deeply. And she taught me how to do that. And I'm not making it about myself, but I want to be very clear in the fact that when she loved somebody and when she invited somebody in, she did for her whole heart and for her whole life. And
It's perfect.
it never went away, ever. So she would think about people and creep on their Facebook pages in a weird way and look at their pictures and call somebody and say, can you believe this happened? Or, oh my gosh, so-and-so had a baby. Or, oh, this new change happened in her life, because she cared so much. And it would be random and it would be like out of nowhere. But it's because she was thinking of each and every one of you all of the time. And I don't know how a person has the capacity to do that. Maybe I'll figure it out someday. Today's not that day, but Jennifer could. And, you know, she taught me how to do that. She taught me that it's okay to love that much and to be open that much and to let people into your life that much. And I can't forgive her enough for that lesson. And that's it. I can't forgive her enough for that lesson, because I don't have that talent, and I'm so thankful that I got to know somebody so well that does. And she gets that from her family. She gets that from her parents, from her sister, from her grandparents, from her husband. She gets that from them, and she gets that strength from them. So people have come up to me and asked how it is that I'm not crying, or how it is that I'm holding it together, and I barely am. But I get that because when I was told the news of this, I was told by her sister, who was calm and at peace and knew that there was a brighter point to this story. And so thank you for that. And thank you guys for being a rock for all of us, because it is hard to do that. And you have set the tone for this ceremony and for the way that we are going to forever remember her in our mind. That said, she did know that people had to have their feelings, and she's respectful of that, and it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to feel the things that you need to feel in order to move on, but she does not want you to stay there. So take your time to grieve, but know that she doesn't want you lost there, and that would be a disservice to her, and that would make her sad, and she's not a sad person. So you guys be happy, and you move on, because Jennifer is with the Lord, and she is happy. I mean, she's good. It's all good. That to me was the meaning of her life. It was about spreading joy, and it was about spreading love, and it was about spreading happiness and creating networks of people that could care about each other, so that if a time like this came up, none of us would be alone. And thank God that we're not, right? We have all of each other, everyone in this room tuning on for this. And she had that talent of making everybody feel like they were the very most important person to her. She had that gift. And, you know, I think that she has shared that with her daughter. And I think that as her daughter grows, she will become a wonderful, beautiful person, guided by love and guided by that knowledge. Here's what the important to me. And I'm going to take just one selfish second because I know it's important to all of you, but I cannot imagine a world where Olivia grows up not knowing her mom and not knowing her the way that we all know her. So I, from the bottom of my soul, encourage you guys to take those papers and write those letters and send her thoughts, send her your knowledge of what Jennifer meant to you, whatever that is. And it can be whatever you want it to be. You don't have to talk to her as she is now at 5. You can write a letter and give it to a member of her family and say, this is for Livy, but don't open it until, later. Whatever your story is, she can be 15, because she will miss out on that stuff, and we have to make sure that that doesn't happen. So that is my lasting thought for you, and thank you for being my family too.
You bet.
Go ahead.